This is Ibram from the Widescreen Gaming Forum, and I'm excited to announce the WSGF Edition heavy-duty monitor stand from the Ergotech Group. Last year I worked with the Ergotech Group to prototype a stand that would hold 5 monitors in portrait. That was featured in my 5x1 Infinity demo reel that I posted in December of last year. That design used one extra long bar in the middle with 2 fixed wings on each side. The middle 3 monitors were held on this long bar and thus were flat to each other. I was able to overcome this slightly by using heavy-duty pivots on monitors 2 and 4, which are thicker than the standard duty pivots. This difference in depth between the bar and the monitor allowed me to angle those monitors in slightly. The only real curve in this configuration was between the middle set of monitors and the outermost monitors. You can see the hinged wing here from the left side and the angle between the left pair of monitors. I really wanted a more natural and parabolic curve with consistent angles between each monitor. So I got with the folks at the Ergotech Group and they sent me some of their bar stock and some extra hinges. I mapped out the spacing and angles for my 5 21.5-inch monitors. I settled on 5 12-inch segments and worked with a local machine shop to create the 5 segment bars seen here. Now here are both the original 5x1 bar and my prototype 5 segment bar on my original stand. During the time of working on the prototype, I also became disillusioned with running 5x1 Infinity in portrait, particularly in productivity apps such as Photoshop or Final Cut Pro. So I went back to running 3x1 landscape. I found that the 5 segment bar also worked for 3 monitors in this configuration. However, I still had 2 extra monitors lying around and wanted to have 1 monitor for IM, email, and IRC while I was gaming or benchmarking in Infinity. Again, I reached out to the Ergotech Group about my needs and they supplied me with a tall pole which would allow for 2 rows of monitors. They also sent me this small clamp with mini bar segment that could be used to hold just 1 monitor. Previously, they had sent this power and connectivity option they called the Ice Cube. It has a 15-amp breaker and allows for 4 power cables to be plugged in at the stand, leaving only 1 power cable to plug in at the wall. Here we see the standard heavy-duty base with the tall pole, the Ice Cube, the 5-segment bar, and the small clamp. Here's a close-up of the top monitor on the small clamp. The vertical adjustment on the pivot allows you to perfectly match the height positioning of the top monitor to the one below. I've also used a heavy-duty pivot on the top monitor. This allows me to tilt that monitor forward so that it's parallel to my vision as I look up to it. This photo here shows the top monitor tilting down and shows how the 5-segment bar wraps closely around the 3-monitor configuration. This minimizes the space required and allows the stand to fit into tighter workspaces. So let's take a look at the Widescreen Gaming Forum Edition heavy-duty stand in use. Here we are back with the stand in the 5x1 Portrait Infinity configuration. Here we show the 1/3. I have the top, middle, and right monitors connected to my Mac Pro. The left monitor is providing an extended desktop for the company laptop for my day job. Here I'm streaming the IT crowd through Netflix on my Mac Pro on the top monitor, with Torchlight running in Infinity on my gaming rig on the bottom 3 monitors. Finally, here's The Witcher running in Infinity on the bottom 3, while I have email, IM, and the site IRC channel running on my Mac Pro on the top monitor. Alternately, you could browse game wikis, maps, guides, or walkthroughs on the top monitor. The standard heavy-duty desk stand retails for about $250 from our friends at Mounted Concepts or Amazon.com. As a standalone option, the Ice Cube normally retails for about $50. The Widescreen Gaming Forum Edition stand will include the Ice Cube, tall pole, 5-segment bar, mini bar, and 2 extra pivots for a total of 5. This configuration will give you everything you need in one package to expand your monitor configuration from 3 to 4 to 5 panels. A few details are still being worked out, including the final pricing. The Ergotech Group is working to finalize the size and weight limits for the 5x1 portrait setup, and I'm looking to possibly use this alternate base and see how I can get the WSGF logo on the product. My goal is to have the stand available before Thanksgiving, and it will be available exclusively through the Widescreen Gaming Forum.